Looking for the best anime games to dive into right now? You're definitely not alone. From over-the-top shonen battles to emotional visual novels, anime games continue to bring some of the most imaginative, unforgettable adventures in gaming. Whether you're into turn-based JRPGs, twisted horror stories, or charming romance sims, there's something in this genre for everyone. But before we jump in, let's clear something up. What is an anime game? Sure, it includes big-name adaptations like Dragon Ball and One Piece, but we're also talking about games with that signature anime art style, emotional storytelling, and genre vibes. Think Genshin Impact, Persona, or even games that throw you into wild isekai worlds. So if you're ready to get lost in another universe, whether it's heartwarming, heartbreaking, or totally unhinged, these are the 25 best anime games you can play right now. If you're looking for an anime-inspired open-world experience with fast-paced combat and futuristic flair, Tower of Fantasy is still a must-play in 2025. Set in the post-apocalyptic sci-fi world of Aida, the game blends gacha mechanics, character switching, and flashy action RPG combat into one highly stylized adventure. Think Genshin Impact, but with a cyberpunk twist, jetpacks, motorbikes, and energy swords included. It's a perfect pick for players who love exploration, co-op gameplay, and an anime aesthetic that leans more towards sci-fi and high-tech environments. What really makes Tower of Fantasy stand out is its fast mobility, multiplayer world events, and the freedom to customize your character and weapon loadout. It also gets frequent updates with new regions, characters, and limited-time content, keeping the world fresh and competitive. In 2025, the game's still thriving with global support and a passionate fanbase, especially on PC and mobile. Whether you're solo grinding through story quests or joining friends in chaotic world bosses, Tower of Fantasy offers a vibrant, ever-evolving anime world to dive into. It's stylish, slick, and way more action-packed than you'd expect. A worthy entry on any anime gamer's radar. One Punch Man. World brings the over-the-top energy of the anime straight to your screen with style and flair. This action RPG lets you step into the shoes of Saitama, Genos, and other iconic heroes from the One Punch Man universe. But with a twist, you're not just watching the chaos, you're fighting through it. The game features a fully 3D world where you can dash around cities, battle massive monsters, and chain flashy combos in real-time combat. Each character has unique abilities, and swapping between them mid-fight adds a dynamic layer that keeps every encounter feeling intense. While Saitama himself still defeats enemies with a single punch, the game cleverly balances this by focusing much of the gameplay on other heroes. Plus, the animations are crisp, voice acting is on point, and fans will appreciate how faithfully it recreates moments from the anime, while also adding new content to expand the story. In 2025, with regular events and updates rolling out, One Punch Man World stands tall as one of the most polished anime action RPGs around. It's chaotic, hilarious, and oddly addictive, just like the show itself. Kill La Kill. If isn't your typical anime fighting game, it's wild, stylish, and just as outrageous as the anime it's based on. Developed by Arc System Works, the team behind Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball FighterZ, This arena brawler captures the chaotic energy and over-the-top action that made Kill La Kill a cult favorite. You play as fan-favorite characters like Ryuko Matoi and Satsuki Kiryuin in high-speed 3D battles that are all about timing, spacing, and visual spectacle. The visuals are striking, almost identical to the anime, with explosive effects and dynamic camera angles that make every fight feel like a boss battle. What's cool is that Kill La Kill, doesn't just retell the anime, it offers an if story, a what-if scenario written by the original creators. It gives longtime fans something fresh while still delivering intense, stylish combat. In 2025, it still holds up for anime fans who want a quick-hit fighting game that looks and plays like an animated showdown. Whether you're here for the competitive play or just want to scream life fiber synchronize. One more time, Kill La Kill, deserves a spot on your list. One Piece. Burning Blood is a fast, flashy arena fighter that dives deep into the chaotic pirate world of One Piece. Released a few years back, it still holds up in 2025 as one of the most stylish anime fighting games for fans of the Straw Hat crew. This isn't your standard button masher. Burning Blood features 3v3 tag battles where each character brings unique devil fruit powers or hockey abilities to the fight. Luffy's Gear 4th, Ace's fire attacks, and Enel's lightning strikes all feel powerful, animated with true anime energy. It's flashy, aggressive, and true to the One Piece spirit. The roster is packed with fan favorites, from Whitebeard to Law, and the visual style perfectly mimics the anime's exaggerated combat and over-the-top finishers. While it's not a deeply competitive fighter like Tekken, it's built for anime fans who want to throw hands in the most dramatic way possible. Even in 2025, if you're a One Piece fan looking to relive epic moments or just duke it out in Marineford one more time, Burning Blood is still a blast. It's loud, it's chaotic, and it's full of pirate flair. Fairy Tail 2 is the long-awaited sequel to the original 2020 RPG, and this time, it goes all in on the Alvarez Empire arc, one of the most action-packed storylines in the anime. Developed by Koei Tecmo and Gust, this turn-based RPG blends strategic combat with that signature Fairy Tail flair. Fiery spells, outrageous power-ups, and plenty of over-the-top battles. The game lets you play as fan-favorite characters like Natsu, Lucy, Gray, Urza, and even Guildarts as they take on the massive Spriggan 12. It's not just about mashing buttons. Each character's magic works differently, and team synergy matters more than ever. Plus, the new animation system and battle effects make every fight feel like a moment straight out of the anime. What's new in Fairy Tail 2 is its deeper progression system, expanded character interactions, and a more open mission structure. Players now have more freedom to explore, train, and build bonds between guild members. Side quests have been upgraded, and there's even a guild management system that adds more layers to gameplay. Whether you're grinding battles or strengthening your squad, the game offers way more variety and replay value than its predecessor. The Hinokami Chronicles brings the breathtaking battles of Demon Slayer to life like no other game. Developed by CyberConnect 2, this arena fighter isn't just flashy. It's visually stunning, with combat sequences that feel ripped straight from the anime. You'll play through the major arcs of the anime's first 2 seasons, including Tanjiro's training, the fight on Mount Natagumo, and the epic Mugen train battle. The story mode is cinematic and emotional, with boss fights that explode with color, dramatic camera work, and faithful voice acting from the original cast. In Versus mode, you can choose from a growing roster of characters, from fan favorites like Zenitsu and Inosuke to upper moons like Akaza and Daki, added through free updates. Each fighter has their own moveset, breathing style, and ultimates that look absolutely gorgeous. Even in 2025, the Hinokami Chronicles remains a go-to anime game thanks to its authentic presentation, easy-to-learn combat, and continued community support. Whether you're a casual fan or a ranked fighter, this game captures the spirit of Demon Slayer with fiery precision. It's beautiful, it's intense, and it's one of the best anime fighters you can still enjoy today.
Down. It's okay, as long as I win in the end! What a wheel!
I'll make you pay for this! You best!
Keep moving. Close. There's an opening. Cut off his head! I know I can win this!
Will you die already?
Jujutsu Kaisen. Cursed Clash delivers explosive 2v2 battles straight from the hit anime, letting you unleash cursed energy with fan-favorite sorcerers and villains. Whether you're brawling as Yuji, lighting up the battlefield as Gojo, or bringing chaos with Sukuna, the game captures the intensity of Jujutsu Kaisen's combat style with high-speed, tag-team action. The cel-shaded visuals closely mirror the anime's look, and every move, from Black Flash to Hollow Purple, lands with satisfying impact. You can fight solo or in online co-op, where pairing characters strategically actually affects how well their cursed techniques work together. While the game isn't the deepest fighter out there, it's pure anime fan service in the best way. The flashy ultimates, destructible environments, and dramatic finishers give it that cinematic edge, and each battle feels like a small piece of the anime come to life. In 2025, Cursed Clash still holds its own thanks to its stylish presentation, updated roster, and fast-paced gameplay that's perfect for both casual brawlers and JJK superfans. It's not about complicated mechanics. It's about cursed energy, iconic clashes, and raw anime hype.
Perhaps you are a witch. Get ready! You gotta be kidding me. It's on. Here's more. Can you keep up? If you want to win, try hard. I'll take you down.
One Piece Odyssey is more than just another anime tie-in. It's a full-fledged JRPG that lets you explore the world of One Piece like never before. Developed by ILCA and published by Bandai Namco, this game gives fans a fresh, original story with the full Straw Hat crew in a beautifully crafted world. The game takes place on the mysterious island of Waford, where the crew loses their powers and must recover their memories. What follows is a nostalgic trip through iconic story arcs like Alabasta and Water 7, all reimagined with new twists. It's a love letter to longtime fans, but also totally accessible for newcomers. Combat is classic turn-based, but with a twist. You can shift between zones, use team-based abilities, and exploit enemy weaknesses using each character's unique fighting style. The animations are slick, the music's on point, and the character banter is exactly what you'd expect from the Straw Hat crew. Even in 2025, One Piece Odyssey stands out as one of the best story-driven anime RPGs. It respects the source material adds meaningful gameplay and gives players a fresh way to sail with Luffy and the gang. Granblue Fantasy. Relink is a visually stunning action RPG that brings the beloved mobile game universe into full 3D, and in 2025, it's still one of the best anime-style RPGs you can play. Developed by Cygames, this title blends high-speed action combat with rich JRPG storytelling and a gorgeous anime aesthetic. You take command of a skyfaring crew on a journey through the skies, battling primal beasts, exploring floating islands, and uncovering a grand fantasy tale. The combat is real-time and fluid, whether you're slashing through enemies with Gran, blasting spells with Lyria, or unleashing flashy special attacks with a deep roster of characters. What makes Relink stand out is its accessibility and depth. You can play solo with AI teammates or team up in online co-op, and every character plays uniquely, giving the game incredible replayability. Plus, the boss fights are massive, epic cinematic encounters that demand strategy, timing, and team synergy. With its anime art style, emotional storytelling, and polished gameplay, Granblue Fantasy. Relink is a gem in the 2025 anime RPG lineup. Whether you're a fan of the original or new to the skies, this is one adventure worth taking.
Do it! Try to dodge this! Stop right there! Let's go!
Don't mind if I do.
Looking good! How's that feel?
What do you
think? Looking good!
Sword Art Online. Last Recollection is the latest and most ambitious entry in the long-running SAO game series, and in 2025, it's still a top pick for fans of fast-paced anime RPGs. This title dives into an alternate take on the War of Underworld arc, offering a completely original storyline where Kirito, Asuna, and the crew face world-ending threats in a branching, choice-driven narrative. The game features real-time action combat with an improved party system, letting you control up to 4 characters mid-battle and swap strategies on the fly. With over 40 playable characters, each with unique abilities, builds, and weapon styles, there's a lot of room for experimentation. Visually, Last Recollection is the most polished SAO game yet. Cinematic cutscenes, dynamic combat effects, and massive boss fights bring that digital fantasy world to life. And with a stronger focus on emotional storytelling, character relationships, and even moral choices, it feels more personal than ever. If you're a Sword Art Online fan, or just looking for a deep, anime-style action RPG with strong world building, Last Recollection delivers both heart and spectacle. BlazBlue. Central Fiction might not be the newest fighter on the block, but in 2025, it still stands tall as one of the most polished and content-rich anime fighting games ever made. Developed by Arc System Works, this 2D fighter blends lightning-fast combat, deep mechanics, and a massive roster of over 35 unique characters, each with their own wild playstyle and lore. The art style is pure anime eye candy, with hand-drawn sprites, explosive effects, and dramatic finishers that never get old. And if you're into story-heavy games, Central Fiction delivers a full-blown visual novel wrapped inside a fighter, tying up the epic BlazBlue saga with hours of dialogue, plot twists, and intense rivalries. Gameplay-wise, it's got layers. Beginners can jump in with auto combos, while veterans can dig into advanced mechanics like overdrive, burst, and active flow. The netcode has also been updated with rollback, making online battles smoother than ever. Whether you're here for competitive ranked matches, arcade chaos, or just to witness anime fighters yell philosophy at each other mid-battle, BlazBlue. Central Fiction remains a top-tier choice, a love letter to the genre and a must-play for any anime game fan. Tales of Berseria is one of the most emotionally gripping entries in the long-running Tales series, and even in 2025, it remains a must-play anime JRPG for fans of dark storytelling and fluid action combat. Set in the same universe as Tales of Zestiria, this game flips the usual hero's journey on its head by putting you in the role of Velvet, a tormented, vengeance-driven protagonist unlike any other in the series. The story explores themes of loss, morality, and rebellion, with a cast of unforgettable characters who slowly form a ragtag crew aboard an airship. From the mysterious sorcerer Magilu to the stoic swordsman Rokaru, each party member brings their own charm and backstory to the table. Combat is real-time and highly customizable. You can string together flashy combos, assign skills freely, and seamlessly switch between characters mid-battle. It's fast, satisfying, and rewards creative playstyles. But what really makes Tales of Berseria stand out is its emotional core. Velvet's personal journey, paired with stunning anime cutscenes and a haunting soundtrack, makes this more than just a game. It's an experience.
Burning wing! Alleviate wounds! Alleviate wounds! Out of my way!
Tiger's back!
Hacker's Memory is the underrated gem of the Digimon franchise. A story-rich, turn-based RPG that blends digital monster battles with cyberpunk mystery. Set in the same world as Sleuth, this companion title puts you in the shoes of Keisuke, a young hacker trying to clear his name after being falsely accused of a crime. The game mixes traditional monster collecting with a more mature narrative, diving into themes like identity, surveillance, and digital ethics. But don't worry, the heart of it is still all about raising and battling Digimon. With over 300 Digimon to collect, evolve, and fuse, there's no shortage of depth for monster training fans. Combat is classic JRPG. Fast, tactical, and flashy. Building your perfect team, exploiting type weaknesses, and unleashing powerful tag attacks is always satisfying. And visually, the anime-inspired models and glitchy cyberspace environments give it a style all its own. Even in 2025, Hacker's Memory remains a must-play for Digimon fans and anyone craving a sleek, story-driven RPG with emotional weight and strategic gameplay. It's more than nostalgia. It's a smart, stylish ride through the digital underground. Astral Chain is one of the most stylish action games to ever hit the Switch, and in 2025, it's still a standout experience for anime fans craving fast-paced, futuristic combat. Developed by Platinum Games, the masters behind Bayonetta and Nier Automata, this title blends slick anime visuals with deep, dual-character gameplay that feels totally unique. You play as a rookie officer in a special police task force, fighting off interdimensional threats in a neon-soaked cyberpunk city. The twist? You're linked to a living weapon called a Legion, and the action revolves around controlling both your character and the Legion in sync. It's fast, fluid, and unlike anything else out there. Visually, it nails the anime meets sci-fi aesthetic with bold character designs, flashy effects, and a pulsing electronic soundtrack. The story leans into mystery, sibling dynamics, and classic save humanity themes, making it engaging from start to finish. With its creative combat, gorgeous visuals, and strong world building, Astral Chain remains a must-play in 2025, especially for fans of stylish anime action games with a serious kick. It's weird, it's wild, and it's totally unforgettable. YSX. Nordics brings a bold new chapter to the long-running YS franchise, and in 2025, it's still one of the best anime-style action RPGs for fans who love fast combat and rich fantasy storytelling. This time, Adel Kristen's journey takes him to the Obelia Bay, a Nordic-inspired region filled with pirates, ancient mysteries, and intense naval battles. What sets YSX apart is its brand-new cross-action combat system. You can seamlessly switch between solo and dual modes, controlling Adel and his new companion, Karja, in dynamic real-time battles. Whether you're dodging attacks, parrying perfectly, or syncing up for powerful combo strikes, the gameplay is fast, responsive, and endlessly satisfying. It also introduces naval exploration. You actually command your own ship, battling sea creatures and uncovering hidden treasures along the coast. This adds a fresh layer to the YS formula without losing the series' signature momentum. With beautifully drawn environments, anime-style character art, and a rock-solid soundtrack, YSX. Nordics is a thrilling adventure that pushes the franchise forward. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer, this is one RPG that sails straight into must-play territory in 2025. Valkyrie Elysium reimagines the classic Valkyrie profile formula with real-time action, Norse mythology, and a darker, anime-inspired world. Released as a spiritual successor to the cult RPG series, it may have flown under the radar, but in 2025, it's worth rediscovering, especially for fans of fast, stylish action and myth-heavy narratives. You play as a lone Valkyrie, summoned by the Allfather Odin during the end times of Ragnarok. Your mission: purify lost souls and stop the world's descent into chaos. The story is somber and mysterious, with themes of duty, identity, and divine manipulation, all backed by haunting music from Valkyrie profile composer Motoi Sakuraba. Combat is where Elysium shines. Fast-paced, combo-heavy, and powered by magical summons called Einherjar. These spirit allies can be called mid-fight to chain massive elemental attacks or open new paths during exploration. It's part action, part strategy, and all style. With its beautiful environments, melancholic tone, and flashy swordplay, Valkyrie Elysium delivers a unique blend of old-school RPG vibes and modern anime aesthetics. It may not be perfect, but it's a bold, emotional ride through the ashes of myth. All-Star Battle are as pure JoJo chaos in the best way possible. Over the top, stylish, and packed with fan service. This enhanced remaster of the 2013 fighter brings the iconic world of JoJo's bizarre adventure to life with updated mechanics, new characters, and some of the most faithful anime visuals you'll see in a fighting game. With a massive roster of over 50 characters across all JoJo parts, from Jonathan Joestar to Jolan Kujo, this game is a dream for longtime fans. Each fighter brings their own stand, Hammon, or battle style into the ring, with moves and taunts lifted straight from the manga and anime. The attention to detail is insane, from the poses to the dramatic finishers. Combat is 2.5D with an easy-to-learn, hard-to-master flow. The game isn't built for the competitive scene, but it's perfect for casual brawls, local matches, or just living out your wildest JoJo matchups. Dio vs. Jasuke, Jotaro vs. Gyacho, go wild. Even in 2025, All-Star Battle remains one of the most fun, faithful anime fighters out there. It's loud, flashy, bizarre, and exactly what JoJo fans deserve. Valkyrie Chronicles 4 is a tactical RPG that blends turn-based strategy, third-person shooting, and anime storytelling into one of the most unique war games out there. And even in 2025, it still holds up brilliantly. Set during the same timeline as the original game, this entry follows Squad E, a band of young soldiers thrust into the brutal Eastern Front of a fictional World War II-inspired conflict. What sets Valkyrie Chronicles apart is the Blitz system, a mix of strategic overhead planning and real-time unit movement. You don't just issue commands. You directly control your soldiers as they dodge bullets, take cover, and aim with precision. Every shot counts, and every decision can mean victory or losing a beloved squadmate. The anime-style visuals use a watercolor aesthetic that feels both beautiful and melancholic, matching the emotional highs and lows of the story. Each character has unique traits, relationships, and personalities that evolve over the campaign, adding depth to every mission. With its deep gameplay, touching narrative, and unforgettable cast, Valkyrie Chronicles 4 remains a must-play tactical RPG, one that proves anime games can be thoughtful, intense, and full of heart. Scarlet Nexus is a slick, brain-punk action RPG that blends telekinetic combat with anime-style storytelling, and in 2025, it still feels fresh and underrated. Set in a futuristic world where some humans have developed psychic powers, the game follows dual protagonists Yudo and Kasane, members of the OSF, tasked with defending humanity from grotesque monsters known as Others. The combat system is where Scarlet Nexus truly shines. You'll slice through enemies with swords while hurling cars, debris, and telekinetic objects in midair, all while borrowing powers from your allies like teleportation, pyrokinesis, and time manipulation. It's fast, stylish, and deeply satisfying when everything flows. Visually, the game nails a unique anime meets cyberpunk aesthetic. The monsters are bizarre and beautifully grotesque, while character designs feel straight out of a high-budget anime series. The narrative dives into heavy sci-fi themes like memory, consciousness, and government control, keeping you hooked until the end. With a dual storyline structure that encourages replayability and emotional character bonds that grow through in-game interactions, Scarlet Nexus offers both brains and brawn. It's a must-play for anime fans who love stylish combat and deep, thought-provoking worlds. Dragon Ball FighterZ is more than just one of the best Dragon Ball games ever made. It's one of the finest anime fighting games, period. Developed by Arc System Works, the studio behind Guilty Gear and BlazBlue, this 3v3 tag fighter delivers intense action, eye-melting visuals, and pure fan service at every turn. The gameplay is fast and fluid, easy for newcomers to pick up but deep enough for tournament-level play. Each character, from Goku and Vegeta to Broly, Frieza, and even Android 21, feels unique with flashy super attacks and dramatic finishers pulled straight from the anime. The combos are smooth, the pacing is relentless, and every fight feels like a high-stakes DBZ battle. What really makes FighterZ shine in 2025 is how it still looks absolutely stunning. The cel-shaded graphics perfectly replicate the anime, with cinematic camera angles and explosive energy clashes that never get old. Add in rollback netcode for smooth online play and a massive roster of fighters, and this game remains a top-tier pick. Whether you're a die-hard Dragon Ball fan or just love stylish, competitive anime fighters, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a must-have that still throws down hard in 2025. Code Vein is often called Anime Dark Souls, and for good reason. This action RPG from Bandai Namco combines challenging, Souls-like combat with dramatic anime storytelling, stylish character design, and a post-apocalyptic vampire twist. In 2025, it still holds strong as one of the most unique anime games in the genre. You play as a revenant, a vampire-like being who feeds on blood to survive, navigating a crumbling world overrun by twisted monsters known as the Lost. The narrative is rich with mystery, loss, and redemption, told through haunting cutscenes and emotional flashbacks. Combat is deliberate and intense, but a bit more forgiving than traditional Souls games, thanks to the companion system. You're not alone. AI partners bring their own powers and personalities, making exploration and boss fights more manageable, especially for newcomers. Customization is one of Code Vein's biggest strengths. You can tweak your character's appearance, weapons, and blood codes, essentially swapping classes on the fly to match your preferred playstyle. With its beautiful anime art style, deep lore, and satisfying combat, Code Vein is still a top recommendation in 2025 for fans who love gothic themes, tough battles, and a heavy emotional punch. Fire Emblem, Three Houses is a masterclass in anime-style strategy and storytelling, and in 2025, it's still one of the most beloved tactical RPGs on the Nintendo Switch. Set in the war-torn continent of Fodlan, you play as a mercenary turned professor at the Officers Academy, tasked with leading and training students from one of three houses: the Black Eagles, Blue Lions, or Golden Deer. What starts as a school life sim filled with tea parties, lectures, and bonding quickly escalates into an epic political drama filled with betrayal, war, and personal sacrifice. The choice of house changes everything, from your allies to your enemies, and even how the entire story unfolds. Gameplay mixes top-down tactical battles with turn-based strategy and RPG depth. You build relationships, recruit students, and shape their roles in battle: swordsmen, mages, archers, while navigating moral decisions that define your path. The anime visuals, expressive character art, and powerful soundtrack create a rich, emotional experience. With multiple story routes and endings, Three Houses offers serious replay value. Whether you're in it for the combat, the characters, or the heartbreak, Fire Emblem, Three Houses is essential anime gaming, full of strategy, soul, and unforgettable moments. And I know Kuni, Wrath of the White, which is pure magic, a beautiful blend of classic JRPG mechanics, heartfelt storytelling, and Studio Ghibli-style animation that still feels timeless in 2025. Co-developed with the legendary Studio Ghibli, this game isn't just an RPG. It's a playable anime film with heart, charm, and breathtaking visual design. You play as Oliver, a young boy who travels to a parallel fantasy world to save his mother, and the journey is filled with whimsical towns, emotional moments, and magical creatures to befriend and battle. With its mix of lighthearted charm and deeper emotional beats, the story hits hard in the best way. Combat is real-time with the option to command familiars, creature companions you can train, evolve, and bring into battle. It's like Pokemon meets Final Fantasy, wrapped in a world that feels handcrafted with love. The orchestral soundtrack by Joe Hisaishi, composer for many Ghibli films, elevates every moment, From quiet exploration to epic boss fights, Wrath of the White Witch isn't just a game. It's a cozy, emotional, anime adventure that still stands out in 2025 as one of the most enchanting RPGs ever made. Persona 5. Royal isn't just one of the best anime games. It's one of the greatest JRPGs of all time. Stylish, emotional, and bursting with personality, it takes everything that made the original Persona 5 special and adds more depth, characters, and story to create the definitive version. You play as a high school student living a double life as a phantom thief, exploring surreal palaces inside the minds of corrupt adults while balancing daily school life in Tokyo. From forming friendships and going on dates to fighting psychological monsters in turn-based battles, every part of your life matters, and everything is soaked in stylish anime flair. Royal expands the base game with a brand new semester, additional confidence, extra areas to explore, and a deeper look into the game's emotional core. The visuals are slick, the soundtrack is unforgettable, and the writing, packed with themes of rebellion, identity, and redemption, hits just as hard in 2025. Whether you're here for the deep story, the iconic characters like Joker and Kasumi, or just the unmatched vibe, Persona 5, Royal is an anime RPG masterpiece you can't afford to miss.
Panther! Hang in there! Sound good? Panther's in trouble!
Persona!
Someone heal
Eat
her!
this!
Let's go! Do us proud! Follow my lead! For you, Panther! How sweet! It's just what I needed! How's that? Ha! Here's a bonus! Excellent!
And that brings us to our final entry, Metaphor. ReFantazio, a bold, beautiful evolution of anime RPGs from the creators of Persona. If you're looking for a fresh world packed with heart, depth, and unforgettable style, this is the perfect game to end our list on. Launching in late 2024 and gaining momentum well into 2025, ReFantazio is one of the most exciting anime RPGs of the year. Set in the Kingdom of Uchronia, the game explores a world on the brink of collapse, where a mysterious election decides who will become the next ruler. You step into the role of a traveler, battling nightmares, forming bonds, and unlocking hidden powers through archetypes. A class system inspired by myth and psyche. Visually, the game delivers a fresh fantasy vibe while retaining the iconic style and flair of the Persona series. Expect turn-based combat with real-time movement, emotional story arcs, stunning environments, and a gorgeous soundtrack composed by Shoji Meguro. What makes Metaphor stand out is how it blends classic JRPG systems with philosophical depth, questioning identity, fear, and ambition in a high-stakes fantasy setting. If you're a Persona fan or just craving a next-gen anime RPG that breaks the mold, Metaphor, ReFantazio is a must-play in 2025.
光の力だ癒しの力よ
助かったわ
さすがだな
助かった相手をよくまっすぐことのために剣ようがて
That's the list. 25 anime games you can jump into right now. From wild battles to quiet moments that hit hard, anime games cover it all. Hopefully, you found something new to try or an old favorite to revisit. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and consider subscribing for more gaming content. Got a favorite anime game we didn't mention? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
仲間と共に任せたよ